Good morning and welcome to Fort Zeller Elementary School. This is your principal, Mr. Lin, and I hope that you had a wonderful Monday yesterday. Today is Tuesday, April 9th, 2019. It is day 3. Now, before we kick off this wonderful day, please consider the word cooperation. That's the character trait we are highlighting all this month of April. Think about what it looks like in your life, what it means to you, and most importantly, what does it look like when nobody else is looking? Also, don't forget, cooperation is something you can't do alone, so you have to do it with somebody else. But it's not just anybody. Hopefully it's somebody that has agreed and feels like you have a common purpose, that you have a common goal. You want to do the same thing, and you know you can't do it alone, and the other person knows that he or she can't do it alone, and so you have to join forces. Anytime you join forces to get something done, it's called cooperation. So it's something we love to see. It's something I know that you like to be a part of. Really be mindful about all the points of cooperation, the big things and the small things that you are a part of. Now, don't forget, author and illustrator Dan Santat is visiting us on Friday. Again, he's not coming in person, but he has agreed to Skype in from California on the big screen for us. He will reveal our Battle of the Books Challenge winner. Remember, that was between the book Dude and Rodzilla. On top of that, he will be answering a few questions. So don't forget, if you have a question that you've been dying to ask a famous author, write it down. We have slips of paper that have been created by Miss Longenecker and Miss Faust and passed out to all of the teachers. Ask for one of those sheets of paper, jot down your question, and throw it into the mix. What we're going to do is we're going to select 5 or 6, between 4 to 6 questions, depending on time, that we will that we think are fantastic and fabulous, and that we would like you to answer. So if you'd like to have a chance to ask Mr. Santat something about his writing, or something about what he does or who he is, go ahead, write it down. Now, speaking of reading and writing, and Miss Faust and Miss Longenecker, don't forget that this month, April, is Poetry Month. So all throughout this month, we're celebrating poetry, and there are 2 ways we've been doing it. Number one, our second graders, at least the ones who have been lucky enough to work with Miss Faust and Miss Longenecker, are videotaping themselves as they read some of their favorite poems. So each day, every day, this month, bug your teachers, nag them, and ask them to write, to turn on the computer, get onto Schoology, and pull up a poem that can be read aloud, not just by an adult, but by one of your own, a fellow student. Also, for Poetry Month, we are celebrating pocket poetry. So if you have a B-Bucks, or if you're in the position to choose out a B-Bucks book, don't forget to ask for one of our pocket poems, free of charge, absolutely free. We're handing them out. It's a little poem that you can have in your pocket. Poems are beautiful. They're like song lyrics. However, I know sometimes it is hard to read some of those. Don't be bashful. Don't be shy. Ask one of the adults. Ask one of the older students to help you read it. It's just music to the ears. Okay, that's what poetry is. It's music without the melody. It's a way to play with words and make it sound beautiful. That's what poetry really is. Now, the Active April Kindness Challenge for today is actually what I'm doing right now. I'm getting natural light, and I am turning off the light, or I really don't have any light right now, and simply enjoying it this evening. So think about what you have done to enjoy the natural lights out there. What have you been doing that have been that have taken you away from all of the artificial light and allowed you and your body to soak in what is natural? We'll share with you the kindness challenge for today near the end of our morning announcements, as we always do. But for now, just a quick reminder of our 3 expectations here at the school. Number 1, be respectful. Number 2, show that you are responsible. And number 3, show that you are ready to learn. Now, the B-Bucks Cafeteria Challenge is still going on. Miss Eshelman's class continues to have an extended lead in the first place position. And then you also have Miss Booth's class in the second place position, maintaining. And we still have that tie between Miss Ogrechek and Miss McDonald's class in the third place position. Now, at this moment, I want to invite you to stop and to take a break and to pause and to enjoy the present moment in which you are sitting or standing. Assume a position that's comfortable for you. Crisscross applesauce, like I tend to prefer. You can sit on a chair, you can stand, you can lay down. Whichever position you are in, allow yourself to expand all five senses. Sense of seeing, the sense of hearing, tasting, touch, smell. All of those senses allow you to really experience this present moment at this time. Okay? Now, if it feels right, go ahead and close your eyes, like I am. If you don't want to close your eyes, that is completely up to you. That is totally okay. Just simply soften your gaze and focus on a point in the classroom or in the hallway or simply right there in front of you on the floor. Take a breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Study that breath and consider, can it be more deliberate, more intentional? And most of the time, the answer is yes. So let's focus, truly focus on this second breath. In through our nose, nice and slow. And out through your mouth. Wonderful. Now today I want to expand our attention really focused on our body. Pay attention to our feet for a moment. You don't have to wiggle them or shake them. Just simply notice that you have 2 feet. Notice the feelings on the skin. Notice the sensations within your feet. Do they feel comfortable and well? Do they feel tired, perhaps? They do hold the entirety of your body as you stand, after all. Now make it up to your ankles and greet it. Say hello and consider how the ankles feel too. Not just the one, but both of them. Then your calves, the lower part of your legs. Always anchor in your breath, in and out. Notice your knees and your thighs. Notice your bottom. Notice how the floor supports the entirety of your weight, the weight of your body, especially if you're sitting crisscross applesauce. The entire weight of your body is right there on your bottom. Feel how the floor supports you. Notice your stomach. Notice how it feels. If it's perhaps hungry, think about where that hunger came from. If it's full, be grateful for the chance to allow it to be full. Recently, I have had to pay attention to my ribs. Boys and girls, notice your ribs too. Right there, the bony parts up through your chest. If there is pain in your ribs, just as Mr. Lin is dealing with, sit with it. Try to understand that pain. Come to an acceptance for it. Don't try to change it. When it comes to mindful minutes, you are simply allowing those feelings to be, to truly be present. Notice your shoulders. The shoulders for me are a classic place where I tighten up when I have stress. Notice any parts of your body where the muscles are tight and give yourself permission to relax. Notice your neck. Notice your hands. Notice your fingertips. All 10 of them. Notice your hands and consider how useful your hands are. Not just the one, but both. Allow yourself to scan parts of your body that I have not mentioned. Allow your body to simply be present in this present time and place. In and out. Now in a moment you'll hear a bell or a chime. Listen to it as it gets quieter and quieter. And when you can't hear it anymore, you may then open your eyes and awaken to the world around you. Welcome to a new day right here at the fort, where you are loved, where you are cared for, and where we want you to succeed. Whether you have a great day or not is ultimately your choice. So choose wisely, work at it, and enjoy the rewards. At this moment, please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance, after which we will come back and I will share with you our next kindness challenge for the day. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Now for our kindness challenge of the day. If you participated in our Mindful Minute just a few seconds ago, guess what? You met the kindness challenge. You see, the kindness challenge today is to simply do a body scan, a mindful minute, and really notice how your body feels. And if you notice, our mindful minute was really focused on every part of our body from our feet all the way up to our neck. I could have extended it up to our head. But to really go through and scan through our bodies, noticing the parts that feel good, noticing the parts that might not feel so great, that's all part of a mindful body scan. Yes, in April it is Active April. However, being aware of our body, being aware of every part of our body is just as important. It allows us to be active. It's like checking the system before we go. So I encourage you to perhaps do it again, to do a body scan throughout the day. I'm sure how you feel will change. After all, our days do change. So think about it, be a part of it. I encourage you to. I also encourage you to ask your teachers if they've been participating in the Mindful Minutes too. And if they haven't, encourage them to at least do a body scan, to notice themselves, to be compassionate and kind to their body when it is saying, take a break, take a rest. I can't wait to see you guys around today. It is Tuesday. Have a wonderful Tuesday. I can't wait to see you guys around. Have a great day.